Hey friend, welcome. If we haven't met yet, I'm Jen. I'm a part-time online clothing reseller, which means I go to thrift stores, I buy used clothes, I list them on eBay and Poshmark, and hopefully sell them for a profit. Today I have 5 packages that I am shipping out. It's Wednesday, the 22nd, maybe? Yes, it is the 22nd. I need a calendar in here is what I need. These are the things that sold in the last 24 hours. I have a gross sales amount of $149.74. It was actually like a decent day. I was very excited. The first package is a bundle that sold on Poshmark. This is a vintage sweater. This is the brand North 44. It's made in Hong Kong, yarn from Italy. It is a wool blend, and it's just a solid navy. So this and another sweater, which I'll show you in a minute, sold for $55 in total. So this sweater I said sold for $25. Just for my bookkeeping purposes, I split them up. It was originally $30, and so total the bundle was $70, and then they offered me $55, and I felt like that was pretty reasonable. So I said that this sold for $25. So all of these items sold within 4 months or less, and most of them sold within just like the past month. Yeah. So this one is kind of true. I had a bunch of old sweaters that I had listed in 2022, and I took them out of my inventory and kind of held on to them. I was going to try and sell them on Facebook Marketplace, like as a, like a wholesale lot or something, and then I never did. And then this fall, my daughters did a market, like a vintage market, and took a bunch of my sweaters, and they took those, and I just decided to go ahead and put them back in. So I retook pictures. So this time around, that one was listed for 2 months. I said that those all cost me $3. That's about my average with a sweater. So I made $17 on that one. And then this one is definitely the style that has been selling a lot for me. This one's more of a plaid than a geometric print, but it still has kind of that geometric look to it. So I forgot to tell you. Oh no, that's why I only looked up one. I do look up average sale price and average sell-through rate. So this is Circola Moda Classico. It was made in Korea. It's always better. Oh, there's my cord for my light. Let me loop it. It's always better if vintage, I shouldn't say always. It's often better if vintage sweaters are made in the USA, but still sometimes others, are good. So what I searched was a vintage sweater, crew neck, and then geometric. And again, this is like not exactly geometric, more of a plaid, but it still has that feel to me. And the average sale price is $33.82 with a 17% sell-through rate. Now that sell-through rate is pretty low, but like I said, that look of a sweater is what has been selling this fall and winter for me. And I've been pricing those at $40. So with the offer that person sent, I said that this sold for $30. I have had this for 2 months, and I only spent 52 cents on it at my favorite thrift store. And that makes my profit, oh, okay, $23.48. All right, on Poshmark, you can use any priority shipping boxes, envelopes, whatever. All my stuff is out in my garage, and it is, if you live in the United States, you probably know there's a polar vortex. Like, the whole country is cold. It seems like. I saw a picture of people building snowmen in Texas. And I know some parts of Texas do get snow on a regular basis, but some parts do not. Anyway, it's cold and my adhesive doesn't stick very well in the cold. And so I use these priority mail stickers to just kind of help. It helps. Hopefully they all stick. They seem to stick. I don't know why it doesn't affect the stickers as much, but it does affect the adhesive on the boxes and the envelopes. Anyway, hey, it helps if I put the label on it. So not a bad, what's that, like $40 in profit on 2 sweaters? I'm happy with that. Love those vintage sweaters. All right, these I also bought at my favorite thrift store. So yeah, about 3 months on the one sweater, 2 months. These things just sold really fast, and I'm really glad. This did not have a sell-through rate at all. So these are just like a little pair of jersey knit overalls. I don't know this brand at all. Rouge collection. I saw it at my favorite thrift store and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Overalls sell really well for me, just kind of any variety of overalls, especially in plus sizes. And these are short alls. I usually do put short alls in the title if that's the case. And then I found another one that was the same brand, same size, same everything. So I went ahead and bought them both together and just listed them together as one, especially since they didn't have a sell-through rate. Like, there were none sold. There are some listed. So surprisingly, these only took a month to sell, considering there was no sold comps. I had them listed for $30, and that was probably based on what was listed on the other items that were listed. And when I was looking through today, it looked like similar items were listed around $25 for one, and so I listed $30 for two. And then somebody must have offered me $25 on Poshmark, and I accepted that. I only paid 70 cents for both of them together at my favorite thrift store again. So with my fees on Poshmark and my cost of goods, my profit is $19.30. I'm going to use more stickers on ends of, there's little flaps. Oh, this is not sticking at all. Like little flaps right here on these Tyvek mailers. And I just stick them down, but I'm actually going to do a big sticker across the top because it's not looking very secure today. I'm gonna be honest, my fingers are numb. It's cold. Is it cold where you are? Because I know that while it seems most of the country is affected by this polar vortex, that it's not everywhere. Okay. Excited when things don't take very long to sell. This was the longest, and it was only 4 months. But these are some palazzo pants, like wide leg, pull on, very kind of flowy. I don't know. It's Torrid, but they're a 00, which I think is only a large. And Torrid is pretty well known for being like a plus size brand. So I don't usually buy 0s and 00s in Torrid, but these are just so cute. And I bought them at the bins, and so I tend to buy things at the bins that sometimes are bad decisions, but 4 months is not bad. You're leaving? Yeah. So my daughter's car's loud. You can probably hear it. She's leaving in a second. All right. So Torrid palazzo pants have an average sale price of $15.79 with a 7% sell-through rate. That's not good. 7% is not ideal. However, Torrid for me is one of my bread and butter brands, and so I tend to buy Torrid even when the comps are kind of not telling me to, because I have experience with it, and my own personal sell-through rate with the brand Torrid is over 50%. So more than half of the items that I list in Torrid have sold. So I probably could get that a little better if I don't buy things that have 7% sell-through rates in general, and also that don't have 00 sizes. But hey, these sold anyway. They did sell for $12, which is not a lot. It's over $12 on Poshmark, which means I have a flat rate fee of $2.95. If it sells for under $15, that's their fee structure. These cost me around $2 at the bins 4 months ago, so my profit is $7.05. That's not ideal, but that's okay. We're gonna focus on the overall today. So I was real nervous. These sold last night, and then the person who bought them sent me a message and was like, or bought it, not them, was like, my address is wrong. Can you please send it to such and such instead? And I was like, I can't do that. I have to send to what's on file. I can cancel your order and then you can rebuy it. So I canceled it, and I was like, my experience has been probably less than half of the times that happens, the person actually rebuys it. But she did. I'm assuming it's a she because it's a skirt, but that's not always the case. But this is a vintage Y2K Levi's skirt. So Levi's jeans. It is, so here there's a 4-digit code right here, and it says 0205, so it was made in 2005. So the 02, I assume means February. I don't really know for sure, but I only had this listed for 4 days, and I had it listed for $25. The sell-through rate is only 10% on a Y2K style Levi's skirt knee length. I did add that into the search. $22.48 is the average sell price. When the sell-through rate is so low, I usually price on the lower side of comps. So I think I had it listed at probably 25. Sounds like me. I like nice round numbers, so a lot of my things are 20 or 25. I hear a lot of people pricing at like 22 and 28, and there's something about that that just makes me go, ugh. I don't know. That's really dumb. Maybe it's not dumb for you, but for me, I'm like, why are you like that, Jen? Anyway, I don't remember exactly what I priced this at, but she offered me 18, and I took that. So 4 days, I bought these at the bins. And when I go to the bins, if you're unfamiliar, the bins are the Goodwill outlet where you pay by the pound. And I just average that my cost of goods is $2 per item. There, it's usually less. In fact, the last time I think it was $1.61 was my actual average per item. But anyway, my profit on the skirt was $13.69. All right, this, I'm gonna have to lint roll a bit. But this one is actually pretty decent. This is a hoodie. It just looks like a black hoodie, a black zip hoodie, but the brand is Quince. Not something I find on a regular basis, but I found it at a church thrift store that I went because another reseller YouTuber mentioned that it was like this fabulous thrift store, and I figured out which one it was because, you know, a lot of times YouTubers don't tell you what stores they're going to. I know I don't tell you what my favorite thrift store is. If you know me in real life and you ask me, I'm happy to tell you. That feels so snobby. I'm so sorry. It's more of a safety thing for me than like, you can't have my favorite thrift store. I don't mean it like that, but I feel like sometimes that's what I was watching. Somebody kind of new to me last night, and man, I got that vibe from him when he was like talking about how he sources and stuff. Anyway, point being, what was the point of that? Oh, I went to this thrift store and was not super impressed with it. And then when this sold, because I had something that sold from that store yesterday, and then this sold today, and I was like, maybe I was wrong. Maybe it was really good. And so I went back in and checked like the items that I bought there. I only got 8 items, and they were like pretty decent, but nothing incredibly fabulous. Anyway, back to the point at hand. This Quince hoodies in general just have an average sale price of $35.37, but with a 48% sell-through rate, which is really good. That yeah, in my opinion, 48 is good. That's not something that I find very often, so I get a little excited when I find something that has a higher sell-through rate like that. So apparently I can't talk and lint roll at the same time, but we're getting there. Almost done. I priced this at $35, and I don't remember exactly why, but it was based on, you know, a little more detailed comps that I did. So I probably would have added the size, the color, the fact that it was a full zip. There are some like materials in this that I might have filtered it down by, but anyway, I went ahead and priced it at $35, and it sold for $25. It took a month to sell, so I don't think that I, you know, grossly underpriced it or anything. I think I just did what I thought was best. And I did spend $5 on this at that thrift store, and my profit is $16.49. So yeah, $16 in a month. I'm happy with that. My total profit for the day is $27.01. No, it's not. It's $97.01, which is fantastic. My goal is $67 a day, and so I definitely, you know, surpassed that, which made up for the weekend, which I did not hit my goal any of those days. So I'm pleased overall. All right, I do have a question of the day. Yesterday I had asked about, you know, if you had any, maybe some, sorry, what is the word? Recommendations for YouTubers to learn keywords, because I'm terrible about keywords and aesthetics. And so I got some really good recommendations, and I'm excited to check them out. And it got me thinking about the last time, which was, I think, over 6 months ago. It may have been even a year ago, that I had asked about, you know, what YouTubers do you watch? It just got me thinking, like, I found like a couple of my favorite newer YouTubers that way. And I thought, maybe it's time to do that again. So the question of the day is, I'm curious what big YouTubers you watch. And I'm gonna quantify big as 10,000 followers or more, 10,000 subscribers or more. I'm really curious how, you know, that works out for you. Like, who do you watch? Who do you follow? Who do you subscribe to? I'm going to tell you a couple of mine. I should have written them down, because now I'm going to go, who was it again? So I kind of had categories of who I like to watch. My first category is people that sell kind of similar to me, kind of. So I like Becky Park a lot. I particularly watch her What Sold videos. Sometimes I'll watch like her tips and tricks. I don't tend to watch haul videos like at all, except in this other category that I'll tell you about. So Becky Park, and then McThrifty. I really like her. She just does ship with me videos, and she's a lot more eloquent than I am. But she also does have good aesthetic and keywords. So somebody did recommend her in yesterday's video, so I thought that was good. So my other, the other person who, I don't know, she's kind of mid category for me, but kind of used to be like similar to how I sold, was Lori Tata. Her content has changed a lot over the last year, and then I think it's changed even more in the past month or two. And now, I don't know, I don't think she sells like I do anymore, but used to be that, you know, she sold mostly clothing and sold part-time. She definitely is very open and honest now about the fact that like she makes more money on YouTube than she makes reselling. She now has kind of redone her business model, and her goal is to sell to her YouTube subscribers. So I don't, it's not that I don't agree with that. If that works for her, that's cool. I just don't relate to that as much, because that's not what my goal is. That's not how I'm doing things. And not to say that I can't watch or shouldn't watch people that I don't relate to. And that's kind of my second category of people that I watch. And that is people who don't sell like me, who sell completely differently. Oh, shoot. Her name is Sherry. And I don't remember her channel name. Shoot, if somebody knows who I'm talking about, let me know in the comments. But she is so fun. The way she edits her videos are fantastic. She's hilarious. She has this fantastic Southern accent. Mom, you will really like her. She sells like a mix of hard goods and clothes, but she's just really fun to watch. And so I watch all of her content. I really like her. I'm pretty sure she has a pretty good, I think she's a bigger YouTuber. Then the other person is Justin Resells. He does the, I don't know, he's very like matter of fact. He doesn't sell clothes hardly at all, occasionally some, but mostly hard goods, but he's just very factual. He answers questions. Sometimes I don't agree with him, and that's okay. Yeah, anyway, I find him very interesting. The other kind of category is shorts. There are some shorts that I like, and one is, I think it's Restyled by Ash or Ashley G. I'm unsure what her stuff is, but she does like vintage stuff, and so I like to watch her shorts. She finds a lot of stuff at the bins. It's really fun. And then there's another one called, it's like Surf Finds or Surfs Up Finds or something like that. He is based in Indianapolis, and so I like to see what he finds. The caveat is often if I tell you, and I've said this before, and it happened last night, where I will see a short and it'll be like a person going like, oh my word, I found this and it's so amazing. And then I'll look it up and it'll be like no solds and just like only things that are listed and nothing sold, or the sold comps are completely different than what he's saying it is. It's usually that guy. Which, I mean, I'm not trying, I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, I'm not trying to throw him under the bus. I'm just trying to say, it's the internet. Don't believe everything you see. The other kind of category is people who live close to me. And Rebecca Allison is that person. I tend to only watch her what sold videos. Just kind of curious what she finds. I usually end up kind of jealous because we live an hour away from each other and I don't find anything close to what she finds. And it confuses me and sometimes frustrates me. So I actually haven't watched her in a while because I do end up feeling just kind of icky when I watch her stuff, like, why can't I find that stuff? And I don't like to feel that way. So I would prefer to just not watch that. And I would suggest that for you too, if you come away feeling kind of icky when you watch someone, even if it's me, stop watching them. Don't do that to yourself. There's no need to feel that way. There's too many YouTubers, too many people sharing what they sold, what they found on the internet to not feel good about yourself when you're done watching. So I'm curious, let me know, who are your big YouTubers? Spoiler alert, I'll ask about smaller YouTubers tomorrow. I've got some good ones of those, and I'm assuming that there's a lot of really good ones out there. So let me know who are your favorites. It's amazing to me how many times I've come across a YouTube channel and I'm like, oh, this is new. I've never seen this before. I wonder if they're new. And then I'll click on and they've got like 100,000 subscribers. And I'm like, how have I never seen this? I don't know. Anyway, it happens a lot. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. Make sure you like the video. If you liked it, subscribe. If you haven't already, I do these ship with me videos every day, except Sundays. All right. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon.